In a stunning display of military reach, Ukraine has executed a daring operation that has captured the attention of the world. Ukraine has struck a major blow against the Russian Navy, showcasing its growing military prowess and strategic acumen. Under the cover of darkness, Ukrainian forces launched a surprise attack deep inside Russian territory, catching the Russian military off guard. Their target was the missile corvette Grad, a new and powerful Russian warship, considered a jewel in Russia's naval fleet. The strike, far from the front lines, signals Ukraine's growing confidence and capability as it extends its reach beyond traditional battle zones. Ukraine's intelligence pinpointed the Grad as it moved through inland waterways, allowing for a precise, devastating hit that has left military analysts worldwide in awe. Initial reports confirm the ship is now out of action, a significant escalation in Ukraine's strategy, marking a turning point in the naval conflict. This was a carefully planned mission, designed to disrupt Russia's naval strength and send a clear message to Moscow that Ukraine is not to be underestimated. By hitting a high-value target so far from its borders, Ukraine demonstrates its ability to project power and challenge Russian security, reshaping the dynamics of the conflict. The operation likely involved special forces and advanced technology, serving as both a tactical and psychological blow to Russian military morale. The world is watching to see how Russia will respond to this audacious strike as tensions rise and the stakes grow higher in this ongoing conflict. The loss of the Grad is more than a single ship. It's a strategic victory for Ukraine and a major embarrassment for Russia, highlighting vulnerabilities in their naval defenses. The war at sea has entered a new, unpredictable phase, with both sides reassessing their strategies and preparing for what could be a prolonged and intensified naval confrontation. The Grad is a Buyan-M class corvette, a modern warship that has become a symbol of Russia's evolving naval ambitions. Designed for versatility and power, the Buyan-M class is a relatively new addition to the Russian fleet, reflecting the country's focus on advanced maritime technology and rapid response capabilities. As a cornerstone of Russia's modern navy, these corvettes are intended to project strength and maintain a visible presence in contested waters like the Black Sea. Their compact size allows them to operate where larger ships cannot, making them a flexible asset for the Russian military. Fast, agile, and armed with Kalibr cruise missiles, Buyan-M corvettes are both expensive and extremely dangerous. The Kalibr missile system gives these ships the ability to strike targets hundreds of kilometers away, including land-based infrastructure and enemy vessels. This long-range firepower makes them a significant threat to adversaries, and a key component of Russia's strategy to deter and intimidate. The Grad was among the newest in its class, representing a major investment in Russia's naval power. Its construction and deployment were celebrated as a demonstration of Russian engineering and military prowess, signaling Moscow's intent to modernize its fleet and assert dominance in regional waters. Losing the Grad is a significant setback for Moscow, both materially and symbolically. The destruction of such a modern vessel not only reduces the Navy's operational capabilities, but also undermines the image of Russian technological superiority. Kalibr missiles have been used to strike Ukrainian cities, causing destruction and civilian casualties. Any ship carrying these missiles becomes a high-priority target for Ukraine, as neutralizing them can directly save lives and prevent further attacks on critical infrastructure. By disabling the Grad, Ukraine has potentially prevented future missile attacks on its cities and infrastructure. This action not only disrupts Russian operations, but also boosts Ukrainian morale, showing that determined resistance can yield tangible results against a technologically advanced foe. These corvettes are designed to operate in shallow waters and rivers, giving Russia flexibility to maneuver in coastal zones and inland waterways. However, this very advantage also exposes them to new vulnerabilities, as they can be more easily tracked, targeted, and ambushed in confined spaces. Each loss of a modern warship like the Grad weakens Russia's ability to control key maritime areas and project power beyond its borders. The shrinking fleet not only limits operational reach, but also signals to the world that Russian dominance at sea is being challenged. The Grad's damage is a blow to Russia's prestige and its image of military invulnerability. It serves as a stark reminder that even the most advanced ships are not immune to modern warfare tactics and evolving threats. Ukraine's successful strike demonstrates that even Russia's most modern warships are not safe from determined and innovative adversaries. The use of drones, precision-guided munitions, and real-time intelligence has changed the nature of naval warfare, making traditional defenses less effective. The message to the Kremlin is clear: nowhere is out of reach. As Ukraine continues to adapt and strike back, Russia must contend with the reality that its naval assets are increasingly vulnerable, and its control over the Black Sea is far from assured. The loss of the Grad further erodes Russia's already battered Black Sea fleet. Sanctions make replacing such ships slow and costly, forcing Russia to operate more cautiously. With fewer missile carriers, Russia's ability to launch coordinated attacks is diminished. Moscow now faces tough choices: risk more ships or pull back and lose influence at sea. Russian sailors are on constant alert, morale sinking as Ukraine proves it can strike anywhere. The attack exposes gaps in Russia's intelligence and air defenses. Protecting high-value assets is now a major challenge for Russian command. This event highlights the growing gap between Russia's military image and battlefield reality. Ukraine's agility is outmaneuvering a larger foe. Ukraine's strike was the result of elite planning and execution. Military intelligence and special operations units tracked the Grad deep inside Russia. The operation likely combined human expertise with advanced technology, including long-range drones for surveillance and targeting. Ukraine's use of unmanned aerial vehicles has revolutionized its battlefield awareness and precision. Asymmetric tactics, striking where Russia is weakest, are central to Ukraine's strategy. Attacking a warship in a river, far from the sea, caught Russia off guard. This approach allows Ukraine to inflict major damage with limited resources. Western training and support have transformed Ukraine's forces into a modern, adaptive military. Ukraine is not just defending, it's taking the fight to the enemy in creative ways. The Grad strike is a testament to Ukraine's resilience and evolving strength. It proves Ukraine can challenge Russia in every domain. Russia's naval command is under immense pressure after the Grad attack. The strike exposed vulnerabilities in moving ships between fleets, disrupting Russia's plans to reinforce its southern forces. Ukraine's expanding strike range means nowhere is truly safe for Russian warships. Russia has tried relocating ships and adding defenses, but Ukraine keeps finding ways to bypass them. Constantly reacting to Ukrainian innovations, Russia is forced into a defensive posture. The loss of another modern ship forces a reassessment of naval strategy and logistics. Every river and sea route is now a potential combat zone, stretching Russian resources thin. Protecting long transit routes requires air cover and patrols Russia can barely spare. This single strike has created a massive logistical headache for Moscow. Russia's entire naval strategy is now in question. One precise blow has far-reaching consequences. The Black Sea conflict is a proving ground for naval drone warfare. Both sides now deploy uncrewed sea drones, fast, explosive-laden boats guided remotely. Ukraine, lacking a large navy, pioneered these tactics out of necessity, damaging or sinking numerous Russian ships. These attacks have forced Russia's fleet into a defensive crouch and reopened maritime corridors for Ukraine. Russia is adapting, deploying its own sea drones, turning the war into a technological arms race. The Black Sea is now a live-fire testbed for unmanned naval combat. Cheap, disposable drones threaten even the most advanced warships. Navies worldwide are watching, realizing they must adapt or risk obsolescence. The rules of sea warfare are being rewritten in real time. Ukraine's naval campaign is a masterclass in asymmetric warfare. Against overwhelming odds, Ukraine has managed to turn the tide in the Black Sea, not by matching Russia's firepower, but by rewriting the very rules of engagement. Their approach is reshaping how modern conflicts are fought on the water. Unable to match Russia ship for ship, Ukraine uses clever tactics and cutting-edge technology to level the playing field. Instead of relying on traditional naval strength, they've embraced innovation, using digital intelligence, real-time data, and rapid decision-making to outmaneuver a much larger adversary. Small, fast, and cheap sea drones have become Ukraine's secret weapon, targeting Russia's large, expensive warships with surprising effectiveness. These drones can slip past defenses, strike with precision, and disappear before the enemy can react, making them a nightmare for conventional navies. Ukraine can afford to lose drones. Russia cannot afford to lose ships. Each drone is a low-cost investment, while every Russian ship lost is a strategic and psychological blow that's hard to replace. Each successful strike, like the attack on the Grad, has an outsized impact on Russia's capabilities and morale. The loss of a single warship can disrupt entire operations, forcing Russia to rethink its naval deployments and strategies. Ukraine's bold strategy denies Russia control of the Black Sea, making it too dangerous for Russian ships to operate freely. The once dominant Russian fleet now faces constant threats, limiting their movements and reducing their influence in the region. This shift has allowed Ukraine to resume vital grain shipments, reopening crucial trade routes and relieving economic pressure on its coast. The ability to export grain not only supports Ukraine's economy, but also helps stabilize global food supplies. The success of this approach is inspiring smaller nations worldwide. Military strategists and defense experts are closely studying Ukraine's tactics, recognizing that innovation and agility can overcome even the most daunting odds. The era of dominance by massive fleets may be ending. As technology evolves, smaller, smarter, and more flexible forces are proving they can challenge traditional powers and reshape the balance of naval power. The future belongs to those who innovate and adapt. Ukraine's embrace of new technology and unconventional tactics is setting a precedent for navies everywhere, showing that creativity can be as powerful as firepower. Ukraine is writing a new chapter in naval warfare, one where ingenuity, resilience, and adaptability are the keys to victory on the world's seas. The Black Sea has become a laboratory for modern warfare. Every drone strike and countermeasure is a lesson for militaries worldwide. Success now depends on integrating intelligence, surveillance, and precision strikes. Even the most advanced hardware is vulnerable to cheap, smart weapons. This is forcing a rethink in military design, favoring resilience and numbers over sheer size and cost. The war is accelerating military innovation at a breathtaking pace. Ukraine and Russia are locked in a cycle of rapid adaptation. The lessons learned here will shape defense strategies for decades. The future of warfare is being forged in these waters. The strike on the Grad is more than a tactical win. It's a symbol of shifting momentum. Ukraine is seizing the initiative, degrading Russia's war machine, and changing the conflict's dynamics. The age of unchallenged dominance by large warships is ending. Hybrid fleets and autonomous systems are the new reality. This war is the first major test of these ideas, and its lessons will redefine naval strategy. Ukraine's ingenuity and Western support keep pressure on Moscow, both militarily and politically. As Russia's losses mount, its position weakens at home and abroad. The Grad attack signals more high-tech, long-range engagements ahead. Ukraine will keep leveraging intelligence and asymmetric tactics. Russia must adapt or risk further setbacks. The outcome will be decided by those who innovate and adapt fastest.